In an article for Forbes Media and Entertainment, Kirst explains, quote, "The more expansive and active a celebrity's following, the more in demand they become for endorsements, and the more money they can make by using their name or likeness as an advertising platform," end quote. According to Balakrishnan and Borsten of CNBC, as of 2017, Instagram now has over 800 million monthly active users and 500 million daily active users. It's evident that literally billions of eyes are on the content that are being posted on Instagram each and every day. My name is Emily Tarantine, and today I'm going to discuss with you a qualitative analysis that I performed on the Kardashian sisters' Instagram usage, which I titled, "Keeping Up with the Opinion Leaders." Now, just to give you an idea of the framework of my study, everything pretty much stems from the two-step flow of communication introduced by Lazarsfeld et al. In 1948. And basically what this is that information flows from the source to the opinion leader and then to the followers. And in 2015, Choi defined an opinion leader as a highly influential individual that's generally more knowledgeable about a certain topic or product or information in general that followers or opinion seekers look to learn more about a certain topic or just to get advice or be influenced by the opinion leader. And also, Song et al. In 2017 found that characteristics of an opinion leader include their willingness to share things about themselves, being open, being extroverted and exhibitionistic online, and just really learning, really teaching people about themselves online. And Choi in 2015 also found that opinion leaders tend to post more, create more of their own content, and lead and initiate discussions. Now in 2013, Ousdin and Duman-Kurt came up with some characteristics of opinion seekers, which I refer to as followers for the purpose of my own study. And basically they found that opinion seekers are really highly influenced by opinion leaders. They look to them for advice, whether it be on products and for consumer decision-making style. They're really influenced by getting the bang for their buck rather than going for the more diverse option like opinion leaders tend to do. So opinion seekers look to opinion leaders, and they are that second step in the two-step flow. Now, my study really sought to define new characteristics of opinion leaders through a content analysis of what they're posting most often on their Instagrams. And also, I wanted to find out what kinds of content are most popular to their followers. So my first research question is, what type of content do opinion leaders such as the Kardashians post more than other types of content? My second research question is, what certain types of an opinion leader's content draw in more engagement on Instagram? So my method was a proposive sample of 20 posts each from Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney Kardashian's personal Instagram accounts. Then I created a coding scheme for the purpose of this study with 6 different categories: social capital, sexually suggestive, wealth displays, socially aware, obvious advertising, and subtle advertising. From there, I coded each different kind of content into its category or categories. They weren't mutually exclusive. And then after that, I calculated how much each type of content occurred by counting the amounts of posts per content type. And then I also calculated the average likes and comments for each different kind of content, which is the engagement within this study. Here are my results. In regards to my first research question, what kind of content occurs most often? It was clearly social capital, with 60% of the posts being for social capital. 26% of the posts were sexually suggestive. Wealth displays and socially aware were not really that prevalent. Only 8% were wealth displays, 3% were socially aware. And then obvious advertising was 25% of the content, and subtle advertising was 16%. So about 42% of the content total was advertising. So that was very prevalent, as well as sexually suggestive and social capital content. in regards to my second research question, what kind of content received the most engagement amongst followers? Although there was mostly posts of social capital, sexually suggestive content just beat it in terms of getting more likes and comments on average. Sexually suggestive content had 1.8 million likes and 13,000 comments, and then social capital content received 1.8 million likes, a couple thousand fewer than sexually suggestive, and then 11,000 comments on average. It was an important finding of mine in these results was that advertising received significantly fewer likes and comments than sexually suggestive content and social capital content. Obvious advertising got just 1.1 million likes and 7,000 comments, and subtle advertising got 1.4 million likes and 8,000 comments on average. So about 700,000 fewer likes than sexually suggestive and social capital. And now I'm just going to show you some examples of the posts that I coded into each type of content to give you an idea of why I coded the post into this content and what each category really meant. So social capital. These were posts that were sharing information that a follower wouldn't know had they not shared it, and also anything having to do with like family, friends, life in general, going on vacations, just sharing your personal information online. This picture was taken from Kim Kardashian's Instagram. It is the first photo of her newest daughter, Chicago West. And this photo was very well received by her followers with 5 million likes and 50,000 comments, which is astronomical. But that is why this was coded into the social capital category, because this is the first photo of her daughter. We wouldn't know what she looked like or that she even existed had she not posted it. This photo was taken from Kourtney Kardashian's personal Instagram. It was coded into the sexually suggestive category, and it's pretty obvious why. It's a very provocative position she's laying in, the amount of skin she's showing, and it's obviously meant to be sexually appealing to the audience because she's laying in a bikini and the picture is focused on her rear end. And obvious advertising. This is taken from Kim's Instagram. She announces a paid partnership with Flat Tummy Co. Right underneath her Instagram name, we see her holding the product. And there's also a call to action within the caption that says, check these guys out because their 20% sale is on right now. Obvious, pretty obvious what she's doing there. Subtle advertising, however, this was also taken from Kim's, and she uses her account more for advertising than her sisters, so that's why I took these examples from her account. They were the most blatant. But she does tag an Instagram account titled Drink Neuro in the picture. And then in the caption, she says, thank you to my friend Diana Jenkins at Drink Neuro for letting us use your amazing home and stocking us with the best neuro drinks all day. But there's no evidence of the Drink Neuro product within the picture. This was her Elle cover photo shoot. And she doesn't have a call to action like go check out Neuro, but people probably moved from her account to the Drink Neuro account after reading that caption and seeing it tagged in the photo. Here are the conclusions that I found based upon the results. Now, an opinion leadership can be attributed to a few things. Their willingness to be social and put themselves out there online is really what gains them their following. Posting unique, unexpected, and attractive content catches the attention of the follower. And the Kardashians capitalize on this through their beauty and sex appeal in their pictures. And opinion leaders can use their personal talents or aspects of their personalities in order to catch the attention of the viewer and create content. And that's really like the main takeaway from here is they're using aspects of themselves to set them apart from everyone else, and that's really what gains them that following. Now, opinion leaders are also advertisers. I think that's a fair claim to make from my results because 42% of the posts were advertising. That's a very prevalent amount. And because of their large following, different products are going to want to team up with them, different businesses. And I think it's really likely that these advertisements are going to appear on different opinion leaders, not necessarily the Kardashians. If they have a large following, their businesses are going to want to align themselves with these opinion leaders. So the two-step flow model is likely to exist on an opinion leader's social media. In regards to my second research question, extroverted and social content received the most engagement. Extroverted in terms of the sexually suggestive content that was found on Kardashian Instagram posts. This type of content just really grabs the viewer in, and that's what really gets them to engage. I think seeing something that they're not really expecting, or that's not going along with like everything else in their timeline on Instagram, they're more likely to hit that like button or leave a comment. And I think followers become invested with the opinion leaders' lives, and they kind of wait and expect them to post certain kinds of things, and that also affects the engagement. So if it has anything to do with their life, like the picture of Kim's baby, they're really going to engage with that kind of content. And advertising receiving low engagement, while I think it's an important finding, I think it's more important to take away from this that even though the engagement isn't as high, like a post of Kim's concealers received 420,000 likes, but a picture of her baby Chicago West received 5 million. That is a big jump, but that tells marketers and advertisers that though the engagement's not there, the eyes are still on the content. And I think that's really important to note. So in conclusion, there's a lot of important things I think that I found from this, and that's that opinion leaders grow their social influence through sharing themselves. And that's really what people want to know. Like, humans by nature are nosy and they want to know more. And so sharing that personal information and being eager and willing to do so is really indicative of an opinion leader. Also, opinion leaders harness their social influence and their social media power for business purposes these days, and that's why on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you see so many advertisements these days. People are really starting to get the hang of it, and this information is applicable and valuable to real life because marketers can team up with opinion leaders. They can team up, they can use these opinion leaders to get information about their brands, their product out there. With one click of the post button, millions of eyes are on this content, and that is really, really important. And then finally, as social media continues to grow, it's continuously evolving, and it's important that we keep up with it and we're constantly learning more about it. The more we know about opinion leaders and the more we know about followers, the better we can grow our businesses and grow our own personal brand and use that to help benefit our business life and maybe even your personal life if it makes you feel good to put yourself out there and share more about yourself. So I hope you learned something from this. If you want to become an opinion leader one day, just go out there and post your personal life. You have to sacrifice your privacy a little bit, but it might be worth it when that cash flow comes in. So thank you very much for listening to this presentation.